We're back now at Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh.
It's Rams football as we jump into the action in the first quarter of play. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16.
163 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5.
Here's Rodgers.
Complete to Austin here over the middle. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the run.
Well, they're certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So his good first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's probably as simple of a throw as you'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
So no gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
In fact, there's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Drops this one down to Gainwell.
A gain of 8 there on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 8.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. To throw, it's Rodgers. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Back to throw, Stafford. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw out play action.
Well, they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
First down. It's a gain of 20.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
Now Stafford. Pass. And picked up. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next
Previous
play
is under review.
But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
they're focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Kobe Parkinson.
And it's third and short.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
In motion right is Smith. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's first and 10.
A gain of 19
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Stafford.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's third and 3. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Williams will score. Touchdown, LA.
Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now it's Rodgers.
Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And the Steelers first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long and hope someone would come free.
To throw is Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Boswell for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score.
So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Rams offense and Devontae Adams set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
Play action. Stafford.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First down, Rams.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
A gain of 19 yards. That's another Rams first
Good
down.
strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10. To throw is Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. To the air again, Stafford. And it is caught. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First down. First and goal, Los Angeles.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a first and goal.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Two of their three red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Williams will try again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So on fourth down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down three, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick one-pointers instead of three-pointers.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back Jalen Warren headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. They'll send Austin in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a play action now for Rodgers. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it'll be second down.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
It's 3rd and 15.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Rodgers. He finds Austin complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's good for a Rams first down.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
So they got a traffic there, and that's complete. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now a 2nd and 6.
Stafford now to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 jump plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now Stafford.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Davante Adams. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Rams are back within a couple of the lead.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Now the try here for the extra point. And this is now a one-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And now out come the Steelers. Now we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime, and to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the total bus. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half. The same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
7 catches for him now, and his last one, a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window fire to pull it in there for the completion. They let go into him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Here's Rodgers.
A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. Defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush. Don't slow them down. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Rodgers again now. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Adam Thielen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point now by Boswell. And with that, the lead is up to 8. That time a 6-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the studios in the Creative Village here in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and we've seen some scoring so far. Both teams getting into the end zone, both teams thinking they could pull out the win in the second half. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.